Good morning, everyone. We're about to bring you the latest COVID-19 UAE updates. However, if you found this podcast through an article, which so many of you are doing, please hit that subscribe button wherever you get your podcasts so you can get your Dubai news daily.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Lovin Daily Show. From what you can tell, we've started a little bit late today. Don't blame anybody for that. It was just a matter of choice. My name is Shireen Ahmed. I'm joined with Mariam, who's taking us live today. Please stay tuned towards the end of this. For you guys who are watching us on Instagram, you might want to tune in from YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, any other platform that you can find Lovin Dubai on, because we have a very, very special guest that we're going to be talking to later on. His name is Timothy Sykes. So if you know anything about trading, any of that sort, then this is definitely something you'll want to stay tuned for. But for now, let's talk about all the things that everyone's been talking about in Dubai. First things first, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Dubai's ruler, vice president, and the prime minister of the UAE, actually sent a message of condolences to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II on the passing of Prince Philip, which was announced yesterday. Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh. So the statement, as was announced on Friday following his passing, that was confirmed by the Buckingham Palace, and he said, "On behalf of the people of the UAE, I extend my sincere condolences to Queen Elizabeth II and the people of the United Kingdom over the demise of Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh. A close friend to the UAE and other nations, he will always be remembered for his devotion to his country and people." Obviously, a lot of people have been talking about this on Twitter as well. Everyone obviously have been sending out their condolences to Her Majesty the Queen, and are putting out pictures and videos of the two, because they've been married for how long now? Over 70 years. 70 years. So that's it's quite incredible. A lot of memes were even put up on Twitter. I feel like this is a prerogative of mine to put this out, but a bit rude. So other people on Twitter have been putting that out to, obviously maintain the respect and not withhold from the memes for the meantime, at least, because just not it, guys, just not it. But anyway, okay, community story. If you have a dog, a younger pup here, or an older fur baby that might have a weaker immunity, you might want to keep this in mind. We talked about the parvovirus being detected in Dubai a few years ago, and although it's every time that it's been detected, it's been easily contained, it's still good to keep in mind that you have to be aware about this. If you're a dog parent, you have to look at the signs and symptoms, because parvovirus is highly lethal, okay? And areas like JVC and JVT were already reported to kind of have a sort of spread. So if you see that your dog has had any signs of being sick, so if they've been having discomfort, diarrhea, vomiting, any of those signs, we've got more information on this on the Lovin Dubai website, by the way. Please refrain from taking them to any of the dog parks or centers, and contact your vet immediately. All right. Again, if you want more of the information on this, if you want to learn how to treat this, how to maintain the hygiene levels in your home so that your dog obviously doesn't get affected by the parvovirus, then read up on our website. All right. And third one, this is a really interesting one. I found this guy on TikTok, where I seem to be finding a lot of my news. No, I'm joking. But his name's Ibrahim, and he's actually an investor as well. He talks about investing a lot on TikTok. So sorry, someone disrespectful in the studio here. I just can't believe the disrespect. Anyway, yeah, so Ibrahim, he actually posted a video that kind of debunks all the myths that we thought about Emirati people. So I'll ask Mariam and Heidi, who's here in the studio with us, to show moral support. What are some of the things that you've heard about Emirati people in the past that you were kind of confused about? I know, Heidi, you and I talk about this a lot.
Can I say something stupid? I didn't know, like, if they did the peace sign or if it was the three.
So Heidi's mentioning do they do the peace sign or this one? Because we know this as the sign that His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid, obviously.
Do they call it habtain? Is that habtain?
I don't think that's habitain. But I will research that. I know that it's a common thing. I know that it has a special meaning, but we'll get back to you guys on that. But anyway, so some of the things that people have actually confused about Emirati people is that, okay, first, do they get free houses? Can they deport anyone? would they trade their Rolls Royce for a Nissan Patrol? Because apparently this is some of the things that you guys that are on your mind. So, okay. And he's debunked most of these things. So when asked about, do Emiratis get free homes? He said false. They actually get free lands. So that's an interesting one, right? They get free lands. I know that in Bahrain, for us, it's like, I think you have to be married and have a family, and then you can kind of register to apply to get a free home as well that's already built. But that could take time. So if I were to be given the option to get a free land,
You get a free land.
I would want a free land. I would definitely want free land. Okay, so he said that they get the free land and then they have to pay to build their home. Can an Emirati deport anybody? What do you think? What do you guys think?
I don't think they can.
Hope not. But no, they cannot, you guys. Obviously, unless you've done something that's in any way, shape, or form offensive or illegal, there's a whole obviously we have the proper justice system that'll take care of that. But I don't think it leads to imagine if I was Emirati. Yes, you get deported. You get deported.
I would I'd be like, talk to me wrong, girl.
Because if Heidi was given this privilege, she would just do the most with it. All right. Do they get free education in any university or school? What do you guys think?
School, yeah. I imagine public school, no?
Sure, comme ci, comme ça. I'm not sure if that applies. Okay, no. Yes and no. Basically, they've got government schools and universities, so they can obviously go and attend those for free. But that's totally optional. Obviously, some students or aspiring students will want to go into private schools. Some will want to study elsewhere, so they have that option. But it's for free. Same in Bahrain. Fun fact, not that anyone asked. Okay, last one. Emiratis would trade a Rolls Royce for a Nissan Patrol. You know what? Some actually would, is what Ibrahim said. But for him personally, obviously he would probably keep his Rolls Royce. Would you, if you had a Rolls Royce, Heidi, would you trade it?
No.
Rude. That's like, because see, in Emirati culture, like Nissan, we see them everywhere. Like, you know this. Like, I see more Nissan Patrols.
Cars? Are they great cars?
I'm guessing.
I think they are.
I think they can really withstand the test of time and sand, and we've got a lot of those here, so that's very much necessary.
Okay, I'm calling out the Emiratis. Please take me on a ride in both, and then we can decide. I don't want to lie to the public. لازم أشوف.
I hate her. Anyway, but that's about it for today's stories. Guys, thank you for tuning into the Lovin Daily, but stay tuned. Yeah, we're going to go on a break. If you guys, the people who are watching on Instagram, you want to watch our conversation with Timothy Sykes, please head on over to all the other Lovin Dubai platforms. So that's Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, probably LinkedIn, but I wouldn't promise it. TikTok, smash your website, Lovin Dubai website, all of that. We'll have this in podcast form right after as well. And yeah, we're just going to be taking a break and we'll catch up with you guys. And for you guys, thank you for joining.
Lovin Extra is here. This is the new membership, and while absolutely nothing changes for our readers, extra members get access to premium content, exclusive competitions, and first look for tickets and access to the coolest events across the city, and Lovin merch. If you subscribe right now, a very cool Lovin Red Eco Water bottle will be delivered to your door.
Everyone, we are back from the break and we're here seated in front of Tim Sykes, who is a trader, teacher, and philanthropist who have created other millionaires around the globe. How are you doing?
I'm doing
Welcome
great.
to Dubai.
Thanks for having me.
I wanted to ask, first and foremost, how long have you been in the city for? And is this like your first time here?
I've been here for a week.
Okay.
It's like my third trip, but this is
Okay.
like my most extensive trip. And Dubai has grown so much in just the past few years. It's actually amazing.
Exactly. What brings you to Dubai? Just
Celebrating these students. They have a big milestone we needed to celebrate. So
I can't wait to get to that later. We also have their two students. Sorry, what was your names again? Hari
And Kyle.
and Kyle. Hari and Kyle. Pronunciation might maybe a bit off for that one, but they're going to be joining us a little towards the end. But yeah, so I wanted to ask. Obviously, I've seen your interview with Steve Harvey, and I was surprised at the story that you told him about. Obviously, how much was the amount that was given to you by your parents that you flipped to a couple thousand?
yeah, so it was like roughly 12 grand, turned into nearly 2 million before I graduated college. So it was crazy.
Insane. Could
Yeah.
you tell everybody about that and how you got that head start?
Yeah, I mean, I was just trading thousands of stocks. So I would take night classes throughout college to trade during the day. And I'm just trading a lot of volatile, low price stocks, holding them for a few hours or a few days, trying to take advantage of the volatility, losing sometimes, but my gains were bigger than my losses and grew it pretty nicely.
Amazing. And now you obviously teach people.
Yeah.
What brought that upon? What made you want to go from, okay, I've made all this money now.
Yeah.
Like what led you to want to become a teacher?
I never had a teacher, so I knew how hard it was in the beginning. Even though I did well, I also lost a lot at one point. I lost over $500,000 just due to lack of discipline, due to lack of mentorship. So I said, you know what, let me try to teach, because most people who teach are full of crap. Frankly, I'm serious, right?
Okay.
Like most people in finance, like, oh, I can teach you to be a millionaire. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Why wouldn't you just do it? So most teachers are those who can't do. And I was like, well, I actually have done, and I think I can continue, but let me try to pass this down. So
What was your kind of, going back, what was your history with your finances? Like, I mean, it's hard to imagine. You were how old? 18 years old when you started teaching yourself about stocks, I guess?
yeah, I was 18, 19, kind of crazy 19-year-old, 20-year-old, 21-year-old, 22-year-old, way too much money, way too cocky, due for a fall.
Okay.
But now a lot of my students are like 18, 19, 20, 21. So
Because usually you'd have the 18, 19, 20-year-olds
Yeah.
who would have the money, but then it wouldn't be multiplied the way that you did, right? The
Yeah.
first thing you'd think of in that age range is, how fast can I spend this?
yeah, I mean, so I'm trying to teach like responsible trading techniques, even though like trading is very, speculative.
Yeah.
90% of traders lose. So I'm trying to keep them in the game, keep them trading responsibly. And frankly, we're all benefiting from a hot market over the past year.
Amazing. Okay, yeah. So going to that actually. So how do you think the pandemic has affected the market, obviously in any
Yeah.
way, shape, or form? How's that? Tell us more about
So
it.
a lot of people are at home. A lot of people are looking for new ways of generating income.
Right.
So the trading game has just exploded, especially with low price brokers or free brokers like Robinhood. So now everyone can trade. Also in America, we have a lot of stimulus checks being handed out. I don't recommend putting that into the market, but people do that. So you just have a lot of liquidity, and that just creates a lot of speculative bubbles.
Amazing. Okay, and on that note as well, obviously I feel like you've maybe seen the blow up on TikTok.
Yeah.
All these people that are going into stocks,
Yeah.
15, 16-year-olds
Yeah.
like who can't wait to turn
Yeah.
18, download Robinhood, and
Yeah.
what do you think of those? What do you think of that whole thing right
I mean,
now?
it comes with every bubble. Everyone thinks that it's going to be so easy, but it really never is. During the bubble, you learn actually a lot of the wrong lessons. Like you could have just bought Tesla and held. You could have just bought Bitcoin and held, and you think that you're a genius. But then when the bubble starts to pop or when it ends, everything changes. And then those people don't look so smart.
Interesting. And so, what are the differences you think with actually going to train from somebody who's had the experience versus trying to learn on
Yeah.
your own on the internet?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just more conservative. A lot of the times I sell too quickly. I cut losses very quickly. Rule number one is always cut losses quickly. So I have lots of small losses.
Right.
And if you're like a new trader or new investor, you're like, look at this guy. He has so many small losses. But I'm protecting against a giant loss. So
Okay.
the key is learning to be responsible. And this is tough when you're trading. Again, this is like a very degenerative industry
Yeah.
with a lot of dangers. So I'm trying to, get my students through those pitfalls or potential pitfalls.
That's actually a really good advantage that you mentioned there, because I feel like it is very one-sided what you're seeing on the internet, where like
Of
you
course.
said, it's like, okay, this is easy, exactly, hold on to your Bitcoin, leave it for, but I mean there's still strategy with everything at the end of the day, right?
Yeah, I mean, everyone also likes to only talk about their winners. You don't show your losses. So for me, I show all my trades. Like, you can see all my trades over 20 plus years. I have a lot of losses, but they're small, they're contained. So I'm not embarrassed to show my losses because, again, my gains are bigger than my losses. So
Amazing.
if you're real, you have an advantage. There's so many fakers and they just got lucky on one or two big plays. That's not exactly skill. That's going to lead to a downfall eventually.
Fair. Any personal struggles that you actually remember in terms of trading in the last 20 years?
Yeah, I mean, when I lost 500,000 plus, I was a hedge fund manager. It really wrecked me. I became like a heavy drinker. The press spread it everywhere, and it was a great lesson. It made me a more responsible trader and a better teacher. Because now I don't bet that big anymore. I won't have that same size risk like I used to.
Yeah.
So losses are not the end of the world if you can come back from them. And now, frankly, that was one of the best things ever for me.
That's incredible. I also really wanted to talk about, obviously not all of this is amazing, everything that you've done for yourself and how you've helped train so many people to reach the level that they're at. But also you do a lot of really great things for humankind. I want you to talk about your philanthropic endeavors.
Yes.
That was really interesting.
So I donate all my trading profits to charity these days.
Wow.
I sold all my cars, donated the profits to charity. Like, I like to donate. So in just the past 3.5 years, my charity has donated $6.5 million now to building schools, helping animals. We did a documentary on coral reefs, documentary on rhino. We have a pretty good engagement. It's called Karmagawa.
Karmagawa, yes, guys.
Yeah, so we're trying to spread awareness, build schools everywhere. 75 schools built so far, but the goal is to build 1,000 plus.
So when did this kind of start? What brought you to co-start?
Yeah, I mean, I've always been traveling all throughout this journey. I just love to travel, but there's only so many like luxury pools and pina coladas that you can have before you start saying, wait a minute, like what more is there? So I went to Bali a lot and started helping like the locals. They needed a lot of education. Started going to Cambodia. Going to third world countries really opens your mind. And when it's safe, I encourage everyone to do that. It gives you better perspective. You're so much more grateful for every little thing in the first world, and you see how far money can go. Like, I can build a school in Bali for $25,000, $35,000, changes the lives of hundreds of children. I mean, that's a good deal.
That's what I thought, oh my God, this is something that we really need to highlight, because you see a lot of people who do the same thing that you do, minus what you do for obviously for the animals, for the reef, for humans, and I think that's very, very admirable. So
thanks. I mean, you just find what like motivates you, right? Like before, I used to just like to travel and I like luxury stuff, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I kind of got over that, and you have to find and like create new goals and new challenges for yourself.
Exactly, because people seem to think that like, okay, me making this much money would be the end goal, and I will attain some sort of happiness, inner joy. But
no, there's a lot of depressed, like wealthy people, and they're very confused. They're like, I got everything right. I got wealthy. Why am I still not happy? Because it's not just about the money. What are you doing with that money? You know, if you're just spending it on ridiculous toys, like that's not going to fulfill you. Exactly. Frankly, I love my toys in the beginning. It was my childhood dream to buy all these cars, but eventually they got old. They lost their adrenaline rush. Now I get a great rush when I visit a new community with a new school and thinking about how these children now have an opportunity in life.
And how beautiful that rush is.
Yeah.
So now you're
they hug me. They always hug.
It
was like the cutest.
Have you been to the Philippines?
Yeah. So we have 2 medical centers there, and I love the Philippines.
Amazing. Whereabouts?
All over the place, but Coron.
Coron. Oh, because I'm half Filipino.
Oh,
My
nice.
mom actually lives in Coron,
Cool.
Palawan. So
nice.
That's
so we were all over. So my partner on Karmagawa, it used to be the Timothy Sykes Foundation, but I changed the name. I don't need any more. I have enough ego. So we changed it to Karmagawa, and Gawa in the Tagalog language means to do or to make.
Oh,
so we're making good karma.
Karma, Gawa.
That's it. That's how it came through.
Oh.
My partner is Matabad, is Bad Boy on Instagram. He's from Manila. He grew up very impoverished, and now we're helping change it. Yeah,
that's incredible. So so you work from all around the world. I saw you guys' picture. I think that you guys were included, right? In Burj Al Arab School, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, the Burj Al Arab School.
They've got their laptops. They're living the life.
There's good Wi-Fi there too.
Amazing.
Very happy.
You know what? We love Dubai for that.
Yeah.
Never, without fail.
I'm loving Dubai's Wi-Fi. That should be that's a new company right there. Lovin Dubai Wi-Fi. Boom. We're creating things right here.
Do Etisalat, hit him up. Anyway,
100%.
So you obviously travel all around the world with just your laptop and your phone in hand, and you're able to work. I'm just gonna ask, what are the top 3 countries that you like to work from, and why?
I love Dubai. I'm not gonna lie.
You have to say that.
No, but I really do. Like there's so much here. It's like I wish I had more time. I'm gonna come back again. But I love Italy. I love Greece. I love South Africa. I love the Philippines. I love Japan. I love it all.
He can't. No, it's not a top 3
Did you say
thing,
3?
Yeah, I said 3. He's like, nope.
I think I multiplied it. I'm an overachiever.
I feel you on that. But
I need good Wi-Fi. This is the thing, right? So like, I like going to Cambodia. I like building the schools. I like visiting, but I can't work from there. Okay. The Wi-Fi just isn't that great.
Yeah. So on that note, other than Cambodia, what are the other places with really crap Wi-Fi?
Kenya's not that great. Guatemala's hit or miss. There's a lot of countries, but again, like they're trying to improve. But Dubai, you guys nailed it.
Amazing. Okay, on that note as well, you've been here 3 times, Dubai. You just had Beit Mariam. Before they came in, they're like, okay, we had Beit Mariam, amazing.
My friend, the Hungry Tourist, recommended that, okay?
We just
ate everything.
Shout out
You should have the Hungry Tourist on, all about restaurants. He's the most knowledgeable. He's getting in tonight. I'll introduce you.
Yes,
He's
do
amazing.
that. We'd love that.
Yeah.
But so what have you tried? Have you tried any local delicacies?
We haven't really had that much time. Like, we have this crazy schedule. I'm celebrating with these guys. Huddy's barely awake just because, like, you know, we've been celebrating so hard. Look at him wearing his glasses. He thinks
you guys are about to see him in a bit.
He thinks he's Bono, you know, but, like, he's not. But, like, we've had this crazy schedule. This was our first kind of local cuisine, and it was amazing.
All right.
Save the best for last. We were just, like, doing a lot of hotel food. But the Burj has amazing food, too. So
The Burj, okay.
Yeah, French toast
Haven't
is
tried,
amazing.
but yeah, that's actually,
French
I'm going to
toast.
keep a note of that. The French toast.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. On that note, before I want to bring these two guys on, I wanted to know what was it you guys were celebrating? Tell everybody, kind of. Actually, no, let's have you on.
Yeah,
what he said.
have them
Come
brag
on,
about
guys,
themselves.
come on. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Huddy, with his shades, a mood.
What's up, what's up?
So introduce yourselves and how you came across him.
So what's up, I'm Mike Huddy. I was in college and his message really spoke to me back in college. He kind of did it himself and he was talking about traveling the world, you know, being free and being able to live that kind of lifestyle. And I had already worked for a job. I didn't really want to do that going forward. So I figured while in college, I might as well put all my time and effort into doing this. I forgot the second part of the question.
that was it. How'd you come across him? So what was it, through social media?
Yeah, a
And you
lot
hit
of it
him up?
social media, like Google really just, you know, found, it was his message that he promoted that spoke to me. There were some other people online that I could have gone with, but the way that he talked about his efforts and how he presented himself, that spoke to me.
Yeah, because if you notice, there are a lot, right? Even today, like if I were to try to get into it, which she and I actually discuss a lot.
I just had my first female millionaire student too. More females should get into this.
Cut to me,
Yeah,
hitting you up.
Mariana is 20 years old and she just became a millionaire just a few weeks ago.
Messages her, hey girl, you wanna have lunch?
Right.
I'll introduce you guys.
My
I'll
God, she lives
introduce you
in
to
Dubai.
everybody.
But
She's in New Hampshire.
oh, okay.
In America.
Far.
Fine.
You can't introduce yourself.
Schedule the lunch.
But yes.
It'll be a long distance. It'll be a Zoom call.
Yeah.
But basically, you see a lot of these people on Instagram, and it's like, there's a bit of a feeling, didn't you get, maybe when you're scrolling past these people, and you're like, who do I trust? Like, is it dodgy? Is it real, right?
Yeah.
Especially if you've had no previous knowledge of it.
Yeah.
So that's really
This is
interesting.
why I show every single trade, my gains, my losses, like
All
I have-
transparent.
yeah, like a big chapter in my book is all about the losses and the defeat and, you know, how it really stunk. But it became very popular just talking about losses because people don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
I have a big enough ego. I can take it. I can take like the hits, like put a little snake on my, you know, profile. Who cares?
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's
Give
really
me the little
interesting.
L. Like, right? Yeah, I get these little
He's
L
ready for
comments.
it at this point.
Well, I get in
basically.
fights with like rappers. They steal. I used to post like photos of cash, and like rappers, like they don't make that much money, so they would steal my cash photos. And I said, you know, poor rappers, I'll teach you to trade in the stock market, then you won't have to be broke anymore. So,
The exposure, I love it.
so and then like the rappers would come after me, and like they would tell their friends to like attack me, and I would get all the little L's in the snakes, and then I got 300,000 followers. And I was like, thank you, broke rapper. You're useful
you
for
just
something.
did me a favor.
Yeah, you're
Broke
useful for
rapper.
once in your life. It's amazing.
Oh my God.
Anybody can be useful, no matter how broke you are.
That gives us hope. That gives us hope. But on to you. So how did you come across him?
I was in college as an engineering major, knowing I didn't want to be an engineer, but I didn't know what I want to switch to, and so I just kind of went on a little like self-discovery journey of like what industry I might get into, and I eventually found like the stock market, and there was a little like side like caution of like, don't go into penny stocks, they're sketchy, they're scary. So I just Google penny stocks, and like the first thing that comes up is
It
this
made
guy.
you want to get into it more.
Yeah, I was like, why?
Whoa,
Like, don't tell me what to do.
it's
Yeah.
so dangerous.
And then Tim's like one of the first guys that came up, and of course at first, like you said, I was like, who's this guy? Why would he want to teach me? But then back to what Tim said, it's like there's so many videos, every trade's posted. You know, at some point after like a couple weeks, I was looking at all through it, like this. How can you be fake with so much stuff?
Exactly.
You know? And, so that's how
And
I
at the
signed
end of the day, everything in life is a risk, right? So
Yeah.
it's like, what an amazing risk you guys took
Yeah.
on, and
Right.
like, look at how it.
But
turned
it's just
out.
good to be real. Like in an
Exactly.
industry full of fakes. Like that's my whole
Authenticity.
secret. I'm not the best trader. I'm not like amazing, but I show everything.
Yeah.
And I can, you know, speed up a learning curve because I've been doing this for 20 plus years now.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So what are you guys celebrating now with these two lovely top
So
students?
each of these guys just passed $1 million in trading profits.
Amazing.
He's actually at 1.7 million. We didn't get a chance to celebrate just due to what's going on in the world. He's at 1.3 million.
Oh my God.
So it's
that's
good. It's a good
incredible.
start, yeah.
How do you guys feel?
It's freeing. It's like the financial freedom of knowing, you know, as long as I don't do anything stupid, I'll be okay for the rest of my life. You know.
And wait, and like, how long did this whole process take? Like, how do you reach to this point?
In June this year, it'll be 5 years officially starting to learn. So 1.6.
But he
Slow
was
and
pre-
steady wins the race.
But he was prepared for the hot market. So we're all benefiting from this hot market. Like
Yeah.
the first year he didn't make anything. You know, you've been a student for how many years?
5 years.
5 years. So it's a process. Now with the hot market, they've been preparing through slow markets. So you just have to be prepared for the opportunity. And most people are unprepared. That's the problem. Most people are
Exactly.
starting now and they're like, okay, how do I get into this? But they didn't put in the 1, 2, 3, 4 years ahead of time.
Yeah.
So I'm always trying to get people educated immediately. Like if you ever have a question like, when should I start learning now. Because you
Now.
don't know when the next hot market, the next bubble is going to be. And everyone's playing catch up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What are some of the qualities that you think these two lovely students of yours possess that kind of led them to the success and the amazing achievement that they were able to?
Yeah, they're both dedicated, you know, very patient with their learning. Like I said, like they didn't do much or really anything for the first year. And most people want like quick money, right?
Because that's like maybe the learning years.
Yeah, exactly. And even 2 years, even 3 years. Like
Yeah.
you have to think of it like, okay, college, you know, or like becoming a doctor,
Actually,
like you
yeah.
put it in a decade. You don't necessarily have to spend like 6 figures or a decade. I mean, I teach some pretty degenerate people and they still get it like within 5 or 6 years. So, but you still have to put in that time. Like you can't do this in like 5 days or 5 weeks or even 5 months. There are a lot of nuances, and in the smallest details, that usually leads to the most success.
Incredible. Congrats to you both.
Thank you.
My final question
Yeah.
for you, Tim, would be what's your advice to, like you said, all the people who are looking into obviously going into this?
Yeah, just be careful and don't expect like quick riches. Like we've had a hot market, so everyone's kind of spoiled right now, but that's not necessarily going to last. The most success that you'll have is over 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. So what can you do today, this week, this month to put yourself in a better position in the future? And that's how you have to think about it. It's tough because you have to sacrifice time right now and a lot of effort, but you set yourself up and then everything compounds. Knowledge compounds, profits compound, your expertise compounds over time. So by year 5, year 7, like you guys like looking back compared to the beginning, like it's like night and day.
Different world.
Because you have so many rules, so many examples of made trades, missed trades, wins, losses, and it's a whole education. You can't cheat the system.
It's really
Everyone
a
wants
process.
like real money right away without education, but you need education first.
That is so true. Thank you so
No,
much.
it's my
We've learned
pleasure.
so much,
Yeah.
and we can't wait for you to be back in Dubai and for you guys also.
For sure.
I hope you enjoy. You've got what, 1 day left?
That's about it. Yeah.
They've got a day left, so we bid you guys
We've got a
adieu.
crazy night planned.
Oh,
Yeah, a little bit.
I'll be watching your stories.
Ah,
But
cool.
thank you so much, Tim. You guys, thank you for tuning in. We'll catch up with you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. Actually, not the same time. We started in the mornings, so today's a bit of a late one. So 9 a.m. every single day, 11 daily. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Guys, that is a wrap for the Lovin Daily. We are back same time, same place every weekday morning. And of course, don't miss the Lovin Show every Tuesday where I chat with Dubai personalities. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and have a great day.